Welcome back everyone to today's video, and today we're going to be having a look at the weather for the next couple of weeks and also the current storm, what's causing lots of disruption over Scotland, lots of rivers bursting their banks, causing lots of flood water everywhere. The drains cannot cope with it at the moment. We've got a lot of severe weather at the moment. As you can see, in the northern part of Scotland, we have got an amber warning for rain. We've got yellow warnings for wind and rain, amber warnings for rain, and then we've got the danger to life red warning for rain at the moment. So extensive flooding to homes and businesses, collapse or damaged buildings and structures, road closures, delays on the roads. It's very dangerous driving condition because of all the flooded roads and spray coming off the surface. Loss of power because of the water flooding stuff, and you could possibly lose mobile phone signals and service, and then communities could be completely cut off, perhaps for several days. It is danger to life because of the fast flooding and deep flood water around at the moment. So that is very severe at the moment. So if you are in and around this area in Scotland, then please take care and don't try and do anything risky because it is very dangerous at the moment. Now we're going to have a look at why this has all happened. So on the wind map today, we have got some very strong easterly winds, which is being caused by this storm here, the low pressure, and that's wrapping around with them wind warnings. It's very strong easterlies at the moment. Probably a bit chilly in the mornings and nights as well. It's getting quite cool for most of the days now, so just very, very windy at the moment. Also, this area of rain did push through Scotland and go southwards, and this is where it was going to be okay. But then, because of the high pressure over Iceland and Scandinavia, it's blocking this storm from going northwards. It can't go past that high pressure, so that's made the rain come back northeastwards, and it's gone and hit Scotland once again, Northern England, Scotland again. So that is not ideal either. So now we're going to have a look at the charts the next couple of weeks from GFS. So as we show, we have got them strong easterly winds with that high pressure, what is blocking that storm from moving away. And strong easterly winds and the area of rain and everything all over the country at the moment. So now, as we carry on, we can see the easterly winds carry on going. The storm goes northwards then, and we finally escape it. Then we actually start bringing in some milder winds from the south. Well, not very milder because it's still sort of easterly because of the blocking up here. It's not going to be very pleasant really because of all the blocking in the northern hemisphere. So as we carry on, that we have more low pressure pushing in into this week. This is even more low pressure going to bring lots more rain, probably causing more flooding, as we've already had. Lots of rain, so it's going to cause more, and that goes to Scotland once again. Settles over Scotland, get blocked because of the high pressure here, and that will cause even more rain. It's getting quite ridiculous at the moment, and then we get a big area low pressure coming in with even more strong winds and possibly nearly another storm. If that strengthened a bit more, that would be another storm, and definitely feeling quite chilly with them winds wrapping around from the west and a lot more rain. Two deeper areas of low pressure bringing a lot of wet, windy and unsettled weather. As we continue, we see this hang around for quite a while and not really move anywhere. And finally, the Atlantic brings them westerly winds and more deep low pressure coming in. And all the way up to the end of November, we finally start seeing a bit of high pressure coming in, but then another storm approaching, coming in our direction. So it's not a great outlook from today's first run from the GFS, really. But hopefully that improves. That's just one run. It's all right. That might change, hopefully. Hopefully it does. So as we continue, you can see that we have definitely, this for London by the way, right now we've got that temperature about average actually for the next couple of weeks, maybe going a bit above here and then dropping back off again. But you can see all this rain at the moment, all this rain here at the moment, as you can see, and this could actually just peak up again, and that rain keeps getting stronger and stronger. Some really big outliers with the rain, some getting up to 25 millimeters, so getting quite extreme there at that point. So that is quite extreme to see that much. So now let's have a look at the ECNWF charts for the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to go all the way because we will have a separate video for the 42-day forecast. Once again, bringing them easterly winds in because of the blocking up there. That's what we're looking like with the pressure. Temperatures were still a bit above average because of the last couple of days. It's not been great though. Northern Ireland a bit cool, but we are seeing them easterly winds dragging in, and it will probably end up going a bit cooler soon enough. And we are very wet, as you can see. With no surprise, we are wet. Scotland may be going a bit drier in this part, the west part, but then the east part, the wettest part of the country. And it's been a very, very wet week. As you can tell, it's been a very, very wet week. So, yeah, it's not been ideal at all. So let's go for the next week. So this takes us into November, as you can see here. That will take us into November. And as you can see, ooh, that's interesting. As you can see here, high pressure in the Atlantic, high pressure in East Europe, high pressure Scandinavia, easterly winds probably, maybe more south easterly or easterly. Interesting. Could come off the Atlantic because that low pressure. It all depends. That's very interesting. That's interesting for week 2. The temperatures are looking like, what are they looking like? They're looking like that. So more towards average there, getting cooler with them easterly winds. Just the east still maybe a little bit above average, but then most of the country around average, not a tiny bit above or maybe a tiny bit below in parts. Then the precipitation is going to be about average, so not above. It's probably a little bit drier in parts and probably a little bit above average in places with all this flood water still around. But the flood water will still be around because we've had a very wet week at the moment. So yeah, that is very interesting, and we will just show you the rainfall charts, rain or snow, obviously. In Scotland with this storm, they have been seeing a bit of snow. So this was midnight this morning. So if we go forward a bit, as you can see, there's that rain pushing back into Scotland and bringing some severe amounts of rain just here, as you can see, and in places actually turning to snow already this year. That's quite interesting. Already snowing in Scotland. As you can see, that rain just hangs around in Scotland, keeps bringing that severe rain and a bit of snow, backs off, and then we have that next weather front pushing in, bringing even more rain to the country. Going to be a wet one. And then we have another weather front pushing in, bringing even more rain, and basically the same pattern with more rain and a bit more settled. And then guess what? More rain pushes in, and that's another big band of rain, nearly a storm once again there. So that is very, very interesting. It's a very wet outlook at the moment and very unsettled. And that's all really. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.